Well, hello everyone, my name is Prime and welcome back to this episode of ATS Showcases, and today I am checking out for the very first time the new to ATS International 9900i. Now I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by the number of options that came with the International 9900i right out of the box. This is day one, at least when I'm recording this video, day one of release, and I'm actually quite happy by the different cabin and chassis options and various other configuration options as well that actually came with the truck. Often we see that things get rolled in a little bit more slowly, but I'm happy to say that there are quite a few options for you guys to be able to choose. So of course I'm using the 72-inch sleeper, which is the one you're seeing right now in the video, so you'll see a lot of it of course today. The 51-inch sleeper is your mid-range, which I think is a really nice balance in all honesty. And then we go to the day cab, which is, well, quite simply the day cab, and it actually does look really good as well. The chassis work alongside with the various cabin configurations. So you got the short for the day cab, medium for the 51-inch, and then the long for the 72-inch. So obviously I'm using the long version today, so we'll keep it on here. Moving on to engines, you don't have a ton of options in all honesty. We're a little bit light right now, just a few Cummins, or I guess 4 to be specific, Cummins engines. I'm using the 600 horsepower variant today. And that's quite simple. I think there are some new sounds with this truck, but we'll get into that in just a second. Transmissions, again, you've only got a few options here. I'm using the 18-speed right there. Interior, well, you've got the light wooden, which really all it affects is the seats and some of the extra kind of background padding, I guess you could say. Other than that, the dash doesn't change between the two. Just a few things on the door and seats and all that good stuff. Paint jobs, we've got quite a few different options. Of course, your stock colors there, the blue and red metallic. I'm using the red metallic because I am a sucker for this paint job. It looks really good. And there are quite a few depending on what kind of DLCs and expansions you have. And of course, there are some of the specialty ones. I do believe the Eagle is a more specialty one for this truck. Actually, I think a few of them are, in all honesty. Moving on to accessories, and I am happy to say that there are quite a few dots on this thing, albeit some of them you can't change. Example, like here on the grill, it's just standard, can't change that. But at least there's a dot there, so moving down the line, they may be trying to add stuff in. That is, I guess you could say, speculation, but I mean, there are quite a few options when it comes to the different things, when it comes to different fuel tanks and side skirts and different flares, and it's just lots of nice little additions that can really make the truck just feel a little bit more customized. And moving to arguably one of the most important and my favorite place of the truck, which is the interior. This 9900i looks really nice here in the interior. I absolutely love it. You've got multiple different dots, most of them arguably are actually outside ones. But on the steering wheel, you've got the Eagle Premium, which is this one. Ignore all the other mod ones I've got, and then this is the classic. And I guess these are some of the advanced steering wheel pack ones as well. And then the biggest thing, what I did today is in the windshield corner, make sure I have either GPS or the phone. I'm using the GPS today. It's a little bit bigger because you don't have any GPS in this truck. And unless if you want to brave it or you have really good memory and know the map off the top of your head, then I would highly recommend putting in that GPS of some sort. It really comes in handy. So just before I get this beautiful International started up, need to let you know where we're going today. So we're here in Riverton and we're going up to Gillette and we're hauling cattle or livestock. I think it's actually modeled as cattle here in ATS, but we're hauling livestock in this ownable livestock trailer, which I thought really looks nice. All this chrome on this truck just looks absolutely gorgeous, but I know you guys want to hear this thing. Let's get it started up. Not too shabby if you ask me, so let's go ahead and roll out. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I certainly am. Man alive, am I happy to have another truck here on American Truck Simulator. I think that is something we can all agree on. New trucks are just awesome. It's always nice to have something else to try out and, well, just something else to drive. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Wednesday, and definitely be checking out this if you own American Truck Simulator. Of course, it is free to anyone who owns American Truck Simulator, just like all the other truck add-ons that we've had so far. this is just a beautiful addition. Now, I guess you could say it's not a new truck. It's new to American Truck Simulator. So if I ever reference this as a new truck, keep in mind that I'm referencing it to American Truck Simulator, not to real life, because this truck, as far as I'm aware, they don't actually make it anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know a lot of people still drive them, but correct me if I'm wrong, they don't actually manufacture them anymore, which is actually kind of an interesting thing to think about, but it's really nice to have them in American Truck Simulator nonetheless. So what about this International 9900i do I like? Well, if just as I said in the little breakdown of some of the options, this interior is just gorgeous. I have to say the older styles, there's just something classic about it, and it's kind of hard because this isn't even necessarily like old, quote unquote. Imagine me doing air quotations. It's really not that old of dash, but it's definitely not something compared to the new, let's say, Western Star 49X, the Cascadia, even the International LT. The various trucks that are definitely more on the modern side, especially the Freightliner Cascadia and even the International LT. They I don't need to be turning there. Don't know what I'm looking at. They definitely have more of, the bigger all touch displays or just screens about for everything. All those things that it's. Oh man, am I going to be in a traffic jam here? Can I get over? Oh, it looks like traffic is clear, which is beautiful. We're going to just sneak away here. I don't feel like sitting in traffic for that long, especially when we've got an unfortunate bit. I'm running the light. Don't tell the cops! Is there a cop sitting here? No, on my luck, there would be a cop sitting at that intersection somewhere. Who knows? We're gonna forget about that and move on. So I'm actually, back here in Wyoming and back here with some cattle, or at least some livestock. I guess I should say livestock because actually it looks like that may not be livestock. Could be pigs in there too. Who knows what's in there? I'm back with this ownable livestock trailer. It's actually been a little bit since I've been able to do that, and well, I guess I could have done it other episodes, but I just haven't felt, I guess you could say, the fit with some of the trucks that I've been checking out. I've been doing a lot of, I guess you could say, more economy trucks. A lot of the more enterprise ones that you'd see was various delivery groups, hence the reason why I've done a lot of, I guess the last few have been Volvos and I guess a few of the other ones as well. But you know what? It's just, it's nice to be back in more of a grunt hauler truck, I guess you could say, which this thing really is. I really want to do a heavy haul with it. I probably should, because that definitely would suit it quite well, I think. But this interior, I mean, is just beautiful. SES Software did a great job. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the exterior is really nice as well. I really like the style of this truck. I think it is a great balance between, I guess you could say, minimalism to a certain bit, but then also just in your face, this is a truck. I think it's pretty good. I think you guys can gather that pretty easily from here. So I'm hoping today's journey goes pretty well. I mean, I could jinx it pretty quick, in all honesty. You get, for those who have been around here, things can change pretty quickly, especially when I carry too much speed or get distracted. But I'm gonna hope it goes pretty smooth, because one, we got to keep these animals alive behind us, and two, I don't want to dent or scratch or get any form of mud on this truck. Although that you can't actually do that in ATS, I'm sorry. SES Software, if you're watching, please add some of that stuff to the game. It would be amazing. But nonetheless, it would. I just want to keep this as clean as first look as always. These trucks and doing these first looks are always really nice. It's really exciting. Again, my game just finished updating not too long ago, actually, and I finally was able to. Oh, I'm kind of drifting across here. Forgot what the lanes were doing. Got a train coming by today. It's been a while since we've had to wait for a train. At least it's just a single track here, so we just have to wait for them. There's the train. Got lucky with the angle, have to say. Maybe a little bit of that YouTube magic coming in for me. Who knows? So what else are we going to talk about today? Well, we've got a few things I guess we can talk about 1.44, because I honestly thought that when SES Software teased, this truck, and obviously did specifically say what it was, but a lot of you great prime timers and the best community ever in general, great detectives, and picked this out pretty quickly. And in all honesty, it wasn't really hard to figure out, I guess, from the kind of shadowed out truck. it's pretty easy to figure out the this truck. It's such an iconic kind of look to it, so it wasn't too far of a stretch. But I mean, I thought it was going to be part of 1.44. I don't know about you guys. I honestly thought that this was going to be an extra update portion of 1.44, something that we could really kind of have to wait for, I guess. But I'm not complaining whatsoever. I am very happy that this has come in beforehand. I don't know if that is something to tell that 1.44 could be delayed slightly. I don't know. I guess this is a little bit of speculation bit on that, but I'd really hope not. But I'm happy to have another truck. It's something, I guess you could say, to fill in the time between some of the map DLCs and stuff like that. It's just a really nice release, something that I think a lot of us have been waiting for. These kind of styles of trucks, not just the newer ones that were newly released ones, like for example the Western Star 49X, that was launched both in ATS and then the real world, or vice versa, within a very little time. And yeah, we've got a lot of those trucks that are newer style. Obviously, I could name them off, but I won't do that right now. These older ones or discontinued lines, as far as I'm aware, with this one in particular, is nice to have. It's just an extra feature that I think a lot of players will like, and I know there's quite a few of you, and I've noticed even since the Prime News video has recently gone up, there's been at least one or two people commenting saying that they actually have this truck in real life and they drive it. And well, that must be some form of realism shock for you when you get out of your truck or for your job or whatever it is, and then you're in the sim and doing this, if you happen to have American Truck Simulator, and that must be very interesting. But I'm also, I guess, calling on you guys a little bit, and this AI ahead of me is getting really annoying. I've got a lot of power, and this lad is going really slowly and keeps brake checking me. This is really getting on my nerves. I'll have to try and find a place to pass him, because if not, this episode's going to take 40 years. But anyways, let me know how realistic, whether it's the sounds. What is this guy doing? He keeps braking every intersection. We're getting by him. Please don't be a car coming the other way. This would be my time to have a head-on collision, wouldn't it be? Keep your eyes ahead, Prime. Keep an eye ahead on a blind corner. Do as I say, not as I do, kids. Do not do that in real life. Please don't. Anyways, comment down below. That's what I was getting at before I did that really reckless maneuver there. Comment down below what you guys think and of the 9900i in general, and especially for those who have or either have or drive the International 9900i. Let me know how realistic this actually is, whether it's interior, exterior, sounds. Let me know. It'd be really, really nice to see your opinion and feedback on it. I mean, I always like to get as much of a comparison for what I say, because obviously I haven't been fortunate enough to drive any of these trucks in real life. I've seen them on the road and heard them on the road all the time, but I've never been able to actually feel them in the way they handle and the interior sounds and all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think. I think that would be very, very neat indeed. So, of course, we're back here in Wyoming, which is always a nice place to be. These newer parts of the maps are always just a really nice place to drive. It's just great. The detail's awesome. Just the layout of the roads. Obviously, we're not on highway today. We're able to just take a pretty nice cruise drive through many just back roads or county roads, I guess you could say. And it is just really nice driving, other than the AI doing some weird stuff, but we can make some reckless passes and get by them no problem. Hence, it is American Truck Simulator. It's a simulator, you can do that. It's not real life. And now, saying that, I'm sure a lot of you can agree. You've seen some various people drive very aggressively. I'm sorry if you are one, but you know what? It's the way it is, unfortunately. But in ATS, we can have a little bit of fun with the simulation, with the AI. They're definitely not perfect. I mean, no person is perfect either, so in that respect, maybe they are perfect. But let's get over to this lane, slow down, because I am massively speeding. Big shock and surprise there. And slow down here. there's very little engine brake. I thought I was going to be able to show off the engine brake there. We'll have to do it from the exterior view and see if I can hear anything different, but it doesn't sound like there's much of an aggressive engine brake on this thing, which I actually don't know if it does in real life. I guess I should have looked at videos on this, but saying that, it was a little bit more short notice, this release. I mean, I guess we had it teased, but we didn't know other than when SU Software, I believe, tweeted, maybe put on a YouTube community post as well, saying that they'd be doing a stream launch of this. And that was the last notice we had about when the launch would be, which, I mean, in all fairness, is actually a really nice thing. Just kind of have it thrown kind of at us and not expecting it, because it's definitely a nice surprise, that's for sure. And especially for those who weren't able to keep up with some of the news, to be, next time you play American Truck Simulator, see that there's been an update and that there's a new truck. That's always a nice thing to see, especially when you look at the latest news bit on your little launch pad thing now that's in American Truck Simulator. So that's always a nice surprise, I guess. But I didn't really have a ton of time to plan for this episode, hence, well, the reason why this is a little bit more thrown together. And I apologize if there's cuts or various other things, or my commentary is a little bit more strenuous and things. I kind of chose the delivery that would be kind of nice for a balance of various factors, but unfortunately, I covered a lot of stuff recently in one of the last blog posts, so there's not a ton of stuff. I guess we've got to go over to the next lane here, so we'll get over. Beautiful indeed. Turn left to get on the highway, I do believe so. Oh, no, maybe just... No, it is highway interchange, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. Where are we going? Well, that sign does not point me in any direction where I want to go. Okay, well, if we were to continue on this road, we'd be going towards Events Center. That feels like a location, not a town. Yeah. Just look at that. Beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful thing. Love this truck. I really do. I may be using it more often than I think. I was really wondering how much I would use it. Oh, I have to be honest. I haven't used the Lone Star as much as I maybe like to. It's kind of hard because I try and balance a lot of the trucks, because I know everyone has different tastes and opinions on the various trucks, different delivery types, what you guys prefer. It's fair, it's whatever. I mean, it's what you guys like. Everyone has their own opinion. But it's hard for me because I have to try and decide out of now multiple different models of trucks, plus all the mods, all the different things. What am I going to do? Keep changing it generally and kind of feed off of what you guys are really liking. Obviously, still do the things that maybe you guys don't necessarily think is necessarily the best, but other people think is the greatest. So it's a hard battle, I guess, because sometimes, you know, some people really like the Lone Star, some people don't, some people are in the middle. I have to say I'm probably a little bit more in the middle. It's definitely not my most favorite truck, and maybe I think it's mainly just aesthetic. Now I it's not saying I don't like it. It's actually I mean, everyone's got their own taste and stuff. It is a nice truck. I'll give it that, but it's definitely not a Cascadia or even the International LT. This, for example, I really got to start like a bit of a hierarchy on my trucks. It's a little bit more rigid, and then kind of give a measuring system, like a prime point system. Maybe I'll start doing that. Give a prime grade value to the different trucks, and that's, of course, that's just my taste. Everyone would have something different, but maybe I'll start doing that. Kind of as a little bit more of a level of recommendation or whatever. But I mean, this is a free update to the game, so whether you like it or not, you don't have to pay for it. And all it is just a small little update, anyways, as far as I could tell. It didn't take long on my end, and it didn't look like it was a big download, anyways. So it's a nice free update. For the game. Obviously, it's just a nice addition in general, so whether you use it or not, it's there, and you're free to use it if you want. If not, it didn't cost you anything anyways, because you already own the game, so that's that. And of course, if you don't own the game and you go to purchase it, this will be a part of it. Obviously, it's the game when you purchase it is downloaded, and it installs the latest version, and of course any new update that gets released for American Truck Simulator, same for ATS 2, you get the update anyway. So it doesn't matter if you don't have ATS and you really want to get it. There could be a Steam sale on it right now. I do not know. Often when there are these new releases, there is a bit of a sale. Don't hold my word on it though. I didn't check. I should have. But again, there's a little tight back-to-back here. Was doing Prime News, getting it up, now just doing this. So I didn't check. I should have. But often when there's map releases, various updates and stuff, ATS and ATS2 respectively for their updates will be on sale. So definitely check out the Steam store just in case you want to pick up the game itself, because there may be some good bundle sales and stuff like that, depending on what you have for the game and if you really want to start, because this truck has been introduced. I think it would be really cool to see some of your different truck designs as well, because there are multiple different configurations right now. Of course, I know the mod community will love this new edition. Often we see a lot of different revamped versions, skins, various updates for sounds and stuff like that. So definitely keep an eye on that. But it looks like, is there a speed change? Kind of slightly. I think we're going to just use this highway once I get around the corner here. I'm learning my lesson. Use this as an opportunity to use some engine braking from the outside once we get on a straighter stretch. Because I would like to... Oh, we got a little bit of a fender bender there, maybe? Yeah, it looks like a bit of a fender bender out there. Jeff and Fred. Poor Jeff. Stands outside all day at seemingly every location that we visit. And then he gets in a car accident with Fred. Random Fred. Why Jeff and Fred? Well, Fred is something I just made up. I don't know where that came from. First name I thought of, to be honest. And Jeff, I think where I picked it up was actually kind of a joke that Squirrel did years ago when he was doing American Truck and ETS2, I think, as well. Any of the kind of AI people that are at the various delivery and pickup points, generally there's ones around toll booths, or especially for ETS2, and then various ones that, they'll be by a booth or outbuilding or something on a lot somewhere that you're delivering something to, especially some of the more store-based or industrial complexes, and he'd always refer to them as just Jeff. There seem to be like a million different Jeffs in the world, so that's where I picked it up, because obviously he is my main inspiration for this. And we got I was gonna say, should I go into the other lane, but it looks like I'm gonna have to anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and move over here. Now, I think I said there's something I may have even forgot to touch on. Oh, gotta slow down, don't hit the Prius. The exhaust, you can actually choose a different exhaust as well. You can kind of, as a standard one, which is a bit kind of thinner and shorter. You've got straight pipes, and then you've got the kind of chrome tip or whatever, whole chrome. It's all chrome, but this one, the one that I've got right now, it's technically the higher one, and I just really like it. I pretty much just maxed out this truck. I mean, it just looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. The chrome, the red, you can't really beat it, in my opinion. It's just, I mean, that, I think a white version could be really good, really clean. Even maybe a dark blue. I don't know. There's just a lot of metallic-y colors with the chrome just work really well. And it's a good way to show it off. I'll definitely give it that. So California rework time. Well, I guess we're kind of running over some of the stuff I've kind of touched on in the last few episodes, but that's fine. Well, we're getting there. We're hoping 1.44 will bring more, I guess, of the rework. I guess phase 2, I guess you could say. We don't really know how many phases there are to the California rework project or reskin, depending on what you want to call it. It's kind of a hard thing because California is a decent sized space. Obviously, right now we have basically everything north of Redding has been kind of done, and a few other things touched up. But the next bit kind of then goes down and starts touching the Bay Area, which is gonna, it seems like between phase 2 and phase 3 is gonna be kind of touching on the Bay Area. So it seems like it's gonna be a decent amount of work just in that area, which I guess rightfully so. There's a lot of cities and they're changing things and various stuff that is just happening, and well, there's a lot of work to be done. They are kind of, as far as I am aware and from what the blog posts have been saying, it's a revamp but pretty much ground up in many places. Obviously they can kind of harvest, I guess you could say, some features from select locations, but overall it kind of has to be a ground up reconstruction when it comes to road camber and various things. Obviously prefabs are being redone because just for a higher quality or to match the new ones for some of the prefabs. But yeah, there's just multiple different options that they're redoing, and it's really nice to see. The screenshots look amazing. Next best thing will to be able to drive in it, but we gotta be patient. I have to say it's kind of hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but we have to be patient, and I'm hoping, I'm really hoping it comes sooner than later. Which I have a lot of confidence in SES software that it will be great. The first bit was great. I'm sure the second, third, to who knows how many parts will be great as well. It'll all come in time, and considering they're free anyways, who am I to complain? If you own the game, all these extra updates are free, other than map expansions, which rightfully so. I mean, it's an expansion and they're hard to do. It is really, really nice to have these free updates, all these new features just come into the game free of charge. It's just absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely indeed. So somehow, this crazy ramble of a video has managed to get here to basically the delivery. It's somewhere over yonder. That's really nice. Hopefully we can get through this intersection fairly well. Looks like there's a decent amount of decent amount of videos, yeah. Decent amount of people on the other lanes there, so this may be a little bit fun. We'll just kind of roll forward and see if the AI just end up stopping for me at some point. Okay, like that. He had plenty of room, but decided to stop for me, which, again, I won't really complain. It means I can get out and mosey on to the delivery point here. Please don't bring the sides down. I have had it once where I've gotten to about, I guess, probably half a truck length before the beginning of the barriers, and I think it was before an update to some of the rail system, but it just dead stopped me in my tracks. It didn't give me a chance to go through, even though the barriers were up. It just dead stopped me. Caused a ton of damage to the truck. Stalled it, which was the least of my concerns, but still, it was actually, I don't know if that was actually on video. I think that may have been, okay, car, you're just gonna let me go. Thanks, bud. Okay. I think that was actually on a personal save before I started doing some YouTube stuff. And yeah, that was not a good day. Not gonna lie there. Now, where do I have to park this thing? Oh, right there. Alrighty. Well, this is gonna be a fun little reverse now, isn't it? It's kind of gonna be blindside reversing, I guess, because I can't really get it to the nice side, so I either cheat it or try and do it realistically. To all your surprises, I'm gonna... Oh, that was not the right button. I'm gonna try and do it legitimately. If I can actually see, though, where I'm going. Test this thing out. See... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Test this thing out and see... I'm not even reversing. Put reverse prime. There we go. Here are the beeps. And now we can go. Yeah, it has been a day, my friends. If you can't tell already. Come on, turn the truck. There we go. Unfortunately, we're going to pretty much, or at least I'm going to lose sight of it because I can't see for the life of me on this monitor. Oh yeah, I've messed this up royally. Okay, exterior it is for a little bit at least. I may finish it off, but don't want to take ages because I do want this video to get up to you guys. Come on, camera angle. Do me some good here. Oh, I'm really close to that crane. So much for not scratching my bumper. I almost had a culprit there. Don't hit the trailers. Don't hit the trailers. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I apologize to anyone who knows how to... Oh, yeah, this is going swell, isn't it? Okay, let's try and get this going here. That's semi half decent. Just use the other trailer to help me out here. Don't mind me. Well, just say we didn't touch it and it just magically moved over. It's like, nah, we didn't touch it. Blame it on the Black International LT. They probably did it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm blaming it on a different truck. I'm that kind of guy in the lot. There we go. Into the spot. Exterior time. Beautiful. Back of the truck. I want the front of the truck. Thank you guys so much for watching my first look here at the International 9900i. That's definitely a mouthful when it comes to the name, but nonetheless, amazing truck. I love this thing. You're going to see it probably a good amount here on the channel. It is a lovely, lovely truck indeed. Thank you, SES Software, for another amazing truck to American Truck Simulator. We always enjoy it. Hopefully, we get more of them of this kind of, I guess you could say, discontinued era as well, or just older style, quote unquote, because it just adds a lot to the diversity. You don't just have all these latest and greatest trucks. You do have some older versions as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.